Hello and welcome. In the spirit of my brand new book, The Delicate Art of Transformation, I've been on a quest for truth. What does it actually take to create real, lasting transformation? And here you are on the precipice of something big. I don't think that's a coincidence that we should ignore. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the True Transformation Summit. This is where true growth and transformation happens when the right person says the right thing at the right time and it all clicks. Those are the moments that make all the difference, and that is what this summit is here for. You're going to hear from some incredible experts who every single one I personally invited to be here. So listen with an open heart, do what they say, take what resonates, try the practices, get their free gifts, and let this space be the place where you find your next step. My name is Talia Joy. I'm your host. And if you want all the free gifts, the resources, and the only place where you can be entered for prizes, you can join the Insider Circle for free below. All right, without further ado, take a deep breath in. Think about what you are transforming, what you are here for. And let's dive into today's episode. Hello, Elyse. Welcome to the True Transformation Summit. How are you doing today, my friend?
I am feeling very fired up. I came out of a 2.5-hour massage today, and I am like primed, ripe, and freaking ready to rock the house with you.
I love that. Your glutes are relaxed, your intuition, your channel's on, you got you're centered, you're good. Oh, that's so good to hear. And good job getting a massage, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, it was, I'm not going to lie, a long time coming.
Yeah.
Which is not great. Take care of your body. But it was good. And I'm ready. I'm ready to rock.
Oh, I love it. I am so excited that you're here. And one of the reasons I asked you to be here today when our paths crossed, it was your energy. I mean, everything we're going to talk about, being magnetic as fuck. I love it. I love it. And your energy is so refreshing. I love this whole aspect of self-growth and transformation and manifestation. You know, there's a time for all the deep stuff and we'll get into it, but there's also this time to just remember you're fucking magnetic. And how do we turn that up? And I love your message. I love your energy and what you teach. And I'm so grateful that you're here today to share with everybody your magnetic energy. So it's just going to be such a good time.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, we're going to light the flame like rocket boost out of here. My intention today is just to really remind you how fucking amazing you are, truly. And that we are the magic. We're the channel. We're the energy. We are that magnetic attraction. And so I know we're going to get into all the juice, but I just want each person to leave here feeling so jacked out of their minds about who they be in this world.
I already feel jacked. I'm like trying not to jump all around so the sound isn't weird. If you guys hear like my hand hitting the table, it's Elise's energy. It's not my fault.
I know. I get sweaty. I get hot. I get like, it happens. It happens. Like my neck gets red. I know you guys can't see because you're listening, but my neck starts to heat up and it's just this fire that comes out. But I'm so fucking passionate. And if I can just like add a little drip to every single person that I meet, it's a good day.
That's so beautiful. I love your energy. So for anybody who is new to your world, let's start with, who you are and a bit about your business.
Yeah, totally. So my work that I do in this world is all about being the sacred CEO. So it truly is about you honoring your business as a business, as this beautiful entity that we've birthed, have a relationship with it, a communication, an understanding that there's so much more than meets the eye. The work that I do is business energetic strategy. So I'm going into businesses with a intuitive mapping of essentially the soul of your business. And I'm able to see those energy leaks. I'm able to see what's being left behind or what your business is so fucking thirsty for. And to be able to chart that out for you and you can see it in a map and actually take those steps. You know, my whole life I've been intuitive, psychic, never turned that faucet off. Thank the heavens. And so really it's just been this titration of learning that intuition, lots of businesses and healing and teaching and facilitation later, this is like the juice of the work that I'm doing now in this world.
Mhm. That's so beautiful. And I love that because business education, business mentorship, it is changing, right? And it's been changing for a while. We've kind of gone all over the place with like, all the different secret funnels and all the, what you should do in the bro marketing and all the stuff. And it's really time in business and in life in transformation to come back to the heart of it and to come back to, the soul behind it, as you're saying. And I see with business, it's like our businesses are an extension of our soul. So it can't almost be in the work that people like you and I do. It's like an extension of us. You get it, but it's beautiful to look at it as this full thing and to really help, entrepreneurs primarily really tap into that and have success from that place. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, 100%. Strategy alone really isn't the thing anymore. We are evolving, we are moving forward. And if you don't bring that X factor forward and access the pipeline of not just your intuition, but your business's intuition, I mean, everything shifts when you really allow your business's intuition to actually start speaking to you. And so
Mm.
I either teach people how to open that funnel up for themselves or come into the business and to teams and bring that magic, because exactly what you said, kind of the old school way isn't going to carry us over into this new wave of abundance that's really here for each of us.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And so when we talk about magnetism, I just want to start to hear whether it's an entrepreneur or it's someone just as a person, like from the ground up. What does that mean to you?
Yeah. So I'm going to start kind of baseline, and then I'm going to weave a little bit of my personal story in to kind of match what's happening here. But if we think about a magnet, if I think about this big, like red, curved magnet, like the emoji, and it's an energy field. It's an energy field that either very intensely rejects something, right? It repels it away, or it very intensely brings it to you. And what I have found, both through my own journey, but also working with so many creatives and founders and CEOs and powerful women, is that when you're in apologetic energy, when you're apologizing for taking up space, when you're apologizing for any form of who you be, you're naturally in a repelling energy, and you can't possibly be in the attracting energy. So many times women are running after money. They're running after relationships. They're running after the lifestyle. I want, and I want. And it's beautiful to want more. I always want more. I mean, come on. But there's a difference between being in chasing energy and being in attractor energy. And so when you actually understand that the essence of being magnetic is the essence of belonging, that you choose powerfully to belong, that you choose powerfully to say, I'm here to take up space. When that happens, then you become the attractor. And that's when that magnetic energy is here. So a little personal story. It's a funny one. A couple of years ago, so I'm a mom also, right? Mom, wife, business owner, all the things. And I got into mopey mom mode. Okay, y'all. I was wearing my baggy clothes, like the extra, extra feminine side, my masculine side. I don't know what the hell happened to her. Okay, but she went far away for just a moment in time. And I was in this place where I wasn't really showing up externally what was actually my internal power. And I had a couple of friends say, hey, hun, hey, why are you not outwardly expressing the freaking powerhouse that we know you are? Like, what's happening here? And thank God for those friends who called me up and forward. And a little background, I was a professional gymnast and dancer and choreographer and stuff. So I was in LA, like performing, fashionista, like all of this magnetic presence all the time. But I just totally left it in the dust when I became a mom. And so I started to like put my hair in space buns and do crazy things with my hair and start wearing colors again and, painting my nails and just like getting myself outwardly in the expression of who I actually knew myself to be. And in that, literally within the first couple of weeks, strangers were stopping me on the street, like walking around my neighborhood or going into the grocery store, like, who are you? I was like, hi, nice to see you. Who are you? What do you mean? But it was happening consistently. And it was like, who are you? I want to know. What do you do in this world? Wow, I love what you're wearing. Wow, your energy. I'm like, what is happening? I literally didn't change anything. I didn't go to some personal development training. I didn't go change who I was. I literally just started showing it outwardly in an expressiveness through my external appearance. And I was like, this is really funny. It was a funny little
Mhm.
moment in time where I started tracking what was happening. I was like, oh, I chose to actually be who I really am and show people and not just hide behind the door and only do it with my like clients behind the scenes, but actually let the world see who I really am. And inside of that, everything started shifting. Business blew up. Clients came in. I mean, so many things happened. And that's really where this whole magnetic as fuck teaching has come in.
I just love this. There's so much there. And it's such a beautiful story because, yeah, we forget our power and it's okay. I think also it's understanding in life we go through seasons, physical seasons. There are, falls and winters, and we all have that. There's a time, and, as you're saying, like home in baggy clothes, I'm like, yeah, that's totally not me every evening. Where like I joke with my husband, I have two modes, it's hot or hobo. And
Love
I
it.
go from one to the next. I'll get hot super fast, but I will be in that hobo outfit super fast as well. Anyway, but just recognizing like we've lost our sparkle, we're not trying. And I can relate as a mom the simple things of painting my nails again. I don't even remember like doing my hair, which just really means like maybe some mousse and letting it dry. But even that, it was just years of just messy bun out of the shower, like just not outwardly expressing it as you're talking about. I kind of want to hear you talk more about that outward expression.
So, one thing that I always say, because I think it's really important that I want to make sure that all ears are open and listening, because I know not everyone is, obviously we're all unique and different, but I always want to make sure to say this is not about being the loudest person in the room. I can be very loud and very exuberant, and that is a form or a way that I personally express my magnetism, how people feel my energy. I'm a very like, my heart is like like explodes with rainbows and butterflies, and that is how I share my love with the world. And that's not how everybody shares their genius and their magnetism. Sometimes being magnetic is being the quietest person in the room. It's being the most interesting person in the room. It's being the most present person in the room. Each of us have our own little unique things. So for me personally, that outward expression of clothing and doing my hair and doing my nails, I needed that for me. But for some people, it's going to be maybe putting on heels because that makes you feel sexy with your long legs, or maybe, or being short. Like I'm 5'1". So when I put on heels, I do feel a little extra sexy. For some of you, it's choosing with intention to walk into a room with your shoulders back and your head held high. Because maybe normally you're walking in like, I don't know if I really want to see anybody. I don't know if I want anybody to see me. But the minute you put your shoulders back and you put your chin up, that could be the outward appearance expression for someone else. And of course, all of these little bits together bring something really beautiful, but you have to really choose for you. Like one of the women that I worked with, I remember uh she was talking about earrings. Like it was something that she used to love when she was a little girl, but whatever transition that she was moving through in her life. She stopped wearing her earrings and she found this like treasure chest of all of her old, beautiful, like thrifted, gorgeous earrings. And I'm getting chills just thinking about it. So for her, finding that box, opening those and putting those earrings on, it reminded her of her inner child. It reminded her of her love of the glitter and the sparkle and the one of a kind design. So that's not my story, but my story is different. And your story and your story and your story and your story are all going to take shape. But I would recommend going to play. Like whoever's listening, go choose something. If you're always wearing black and white, go get a hot pink shirt. If you're never have your nails done, like go to the salon, get your nails done. You know, if you never blow dry your hair, maybe blow dry your hair today and try to put a straightener or a curling iron on it. You know, like take one action that you can actually see in the mirror. Because when you see that, you do feel good. You know, I'm kind of laughing now because I had my massage. I just got out of the shower. So I didn't do my hair for this interview. But I'm like, you know, when I do blow dry my hair and when I do put curls in it, I feel a little sexier. We are human beings. We have this, like, our eyes see things. And I like to see the beauty of that. You know, like for me personally, I'm a very tangible person. I love the sunsets and when a flower blooms, like that kind of thing brings me joy. But if wearing some kick-ass boots and a bandana on your head makes you feel like a hard ass, then do that. Whatever you can do to outwardly express who you are, it's going to naturally amplify the energy that's already like being that amoeba in your auric field, because you're naturally going to have that confidence boost that goes on, and you're just going to feel better when you go out into the marketplace.
Yeah, I love this so much because it's funny because we learn I am not, my hair curled, or I am not the designer handbag. That doesn't determine my worth. And we do all this work. But at the end of the day, when you bring it into the physical, we all know the difference after you've just had like an everything shower and you're dressing up to go out for dinner, or you do all those beautiful examples you said. We do feel different. We do nurture, like when we nurture our own cup, when we fill our own cup or whatever, we do tend to then overflow. But there is something so powerful with the physicality of it. I love that you're focusing on that because it is about the inner things and spending time with yourself. And yes, that adds to vitality, but it starts to materialize physically when we do it physically. Like physical action at the end of the day is what changes our state as well and changes our reality. And so I love that you're bringing it into that, because sometimes it is about just like getting out of the sweatpants, putting on something, even if it's to the grocery store, but it makes you feel sexy or cute or fun or free or whatever. I love that. That's such a powerful, it's so simple, but it is also so important.
It's so simple, but if we actually look at it from a place of frequency, the frequency of getting fully dressed, it is a naturally higher frequency, right? If you line up a whole bunch of people, you're going to naturally feel energy from different humans. You know when you walk into a room and you're like, this is not my room. This is not the place that I want to be. The energy feels off. Even if it's good energy, it can still be like a different thread of frequency than you're in, or that you want to, have a party in right now. So you're like, okay, I'm going to leave that room. But then you walk into another room and you're like, oh, this feels so good. Like last night, I got home from this event. I was nominated here locally in town for like women making impact. And so there was like a gathering last night for these women that in the community that were nominated. And it was at this beautiful spa, like med spa. And I was in the bathroom. And I walked into this bathroom and I almost had an orgasm. I was like, this bathroom is like so magnetic. And it was clean lines and it was like sexy gold fixtures. And the woman's image on the walls, like, the back of her and her butt swayed to the side. And it's like this like gold painted image of this woman. And the soap and the way it was like on this like little wooden board. Anyway, it was like to perfection. And I got my phone out. I was like, I'm totally going to do this. I haven't posted it yet. I need to post it. But I took a video and I was like, I love when a bathroom is so sexy. There wasn't anything flashy, but it was clean and it was sleek and it made me feel like a woman. So that to me was a magnetic bathroom. It had a story. It had an essence. It was sharing like a really clear directive. And I think that, I don't even know what question we're on, but this is where we're going. I think that the magnetic approach here is that you have something to say. Yeah. Whether you're in your baggy, mopey mom clothes or you're in something fabulous going to a gala, what is your through line? I just got a little like blasé, right? I got a little blasé and I wasn't speaking with clarity inside of my business. I was comfortable. And that place of comfortability can like become mediocre. And I got in this like weird mediocre phase. And so my invitation to all y'all listening is don't be boring. Don't be mediocre. I don't care what it is for you, but like have a voice and use it even when you're afraid. We've all been through so much shit in our past lives. Cut the throat, hung, whatever we want to say, right? We've all been through the things. But this is the life that we get to choose to speak, to share, to be bold, to be wild, to be unhinged in whatever way that is for you.
I love this so much. It's so beautiful. And I feel it. It's like squeezing the pleasure out of life. Like enjoy yourself, be in it, turn it up a notch, wear the pants that make you feel hot. It's almost like I just keep hearing kind of like, just like life's too short, like get out and fucking enjoy, sparkle. And whatever that looks like for you, sparkle. And I know for a lot of us with businesses too, you touched on it, translating the magic that we might bring to a masterclass, to a client, to a podcast, and translating that into your life, into the grocery store. It's bringing that magnetism. And I just love this. And I was going to ask you, for people hearing this, like, okay, so I'm supposed to be magnetic all the time, you know, as we bridge that gap and really get it. Is it about just being like positive and in, you know, a high state all the time? Or how do you bring in sort of your tools and the growth work and all that to maintain magnetism?
Yeah, you touched on this in the beginning, but I mean, especially as women, we're cyclical beings. Like when it's that time of month, I want to be in my cave, you know, I want to take that downtime. So this isn't about rainbows and butterflies. This is about being honest, actually. I think in the honesty, like, hey, I'm having a shit day and I'm having a shit day and I'm going to choose to have the shit day. And although that may seem counterintuitive, well, if you're, you know, in the shitter, are you attracting the shit to you more or attracting the flies? But it's really, I believe it's about being honest, taking a step forward and just being really clear. Because when we try to protect ourselves or when we try to be people pleasers, we're actually not inside of a clear signal. And the clear signal, AKA meaning we're have strong intention, meaning we choose to lead with magnetic as fuck. Even if somebody may have an issue with me cussing, I have to be okay with that because that's full expression of what I believe to be one of the highest frequency words connected to God. Like truly, I could break all that down, but that's what I believe. So can I say, well, I believe that there's truth in joy frequency inside of saying the word fuck. So I'm going to say this publicly, even if people hate it. But that's what's actually going to repel or draw closer. And I think the ultimate thing is wherever you're at, if you're in an outward cycle or an inward cycle, is that you stay true to you and you don't go outside of the lines of who you think you're supposed to be, because that's when it gets muddy. And that's when the magnetic signal is like beep, 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 beep. Like, I don't know. What are we supposed to bring you? Are we supposed to bring you the thing that you're telling people that you want? Or are we supposed to bring you the thing that you like in secret say that you want? And so to me, it's about just keeping that line really clear with who you are, what you want, how you want to be in this world, and be okay. Even if it's embarrassing, even if you think you're going to be laughed at, even if you think people aren't going to love it. And that takes a little practice, and it takes a decision to just say, I'm going to be okay with that.
It sounds like it's almost like where some people would say authentic, like authenticity. It's not always, as you said, being the loudest in the room, being the extrovert, whatever, but being real. And magnetism, I just love going into this because, people hear that and they go, I'm not high vibe all the time. Yeah, but what about when I get a bill in the mail? What about when my kids, we get it and we really do get it. So it's almost like when I have what I call like a pain day where my pain flares up in my body, I've learned now to go, hi, body, I see you. What do you need? And then I say to my family, I'm going to go have a bath or I'm going to go lay down. And that to me is being so magnetic because I'm listening to my body. I'm not hating it. And then I'm not shaming and going, oh, I feel so bad that I have to lay down. And so sometimes magnetism, as you said, is rest. Sometimes
Yep.
it's just owning it and being like, listen, I need my chocolate and my blankie, and we're having a night and I need Netflix. That's magnetism. And by doing that type of stuff, as you're saying, it then, when we are out in the world, when we are in our spring, when we do have a big day to get shit done, we feel, I don't know what the word would be. I'd love to hear you talk about it, but it's almost like we feel more nourished. So then we do
Yep.
genuinely feel higher vibe in those other times.
Yeah, there's two pieces to this as you were talking that are coming forward, which are part of the wild methodology that I teach inside of this magnetic as fuck energy is that number one, your intuition is always talking to you. So when you listen to that intuition, you're following the stream. That is naturally magnetic. So just like you said, if that means you need to go rest, and your body's like, hey, you listen up, you need a little extra rest today. By choosing that, you're naturally, because you're choosing the yes to the intuition, you naturally clear up space in the field for more of what you need and want. It's when we reject it where we create like stagnant energy in the field. When we're listening to the intuition and we're following the cycles, so many more synchronicities are going to happen. And I know you all know this. Like, when you're in it and you're in that stream, you're like, yeah, I'm riding it. Oh, there's that angel number. Oh, there's that thing. There's that thing. And we keep adding up these synchronicities, but they happen when we're saying yes to the intuition. And saying yes to the intuition keeps the channel, or like I like to call it the runway, it keeps the runway clear. So that's one aspect. The other aspect that I want to talk about, which kind of takes it into more of a leadership conversation here, is that when we are in leadership, we're constantly expanding our capacity. So 10 years ago, when I got a bill in the mail that I wasn't expecting, I would have not been okay, right? I would have freaked out, I would have cried, panicked, scarcity, whatever you want to call it. I get a bill in the mail that I don't like now. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I go to a place of curiosity. And when we go to a place of curiosity, the field of possibility stays open. If I drop into scarcity, that magnetic energy collapses on itself. But it takes practice. But I like to say that it's capacity building. 4 years ago, I went through a near-death experience. That was a big capacity building year or two, right? I had memory loss for a little bit. I had all sorts of things that happened because of that. I had to reinvent my business. Some of my clients moved on. God love them. Some of them stayed with me. God love them too. But I had to really look at, as a mom, as a career woman, every aspect of my life completely shifted. And sure, there were moments that I was like, holy crap. Like, I literally could have died. I'm in so much pain. What is happening? But then the other side of me is like, But now you have this whole new rebirth, and now you have this new lease on life, and now you won't take certain things for granted. And now, right, you see all the spiritual lessons in it. So I was in this duality, and it wasn't about choosing positivity for positivity's sake. It was like, okay, I'm stretching my capacity for what's possible. Right? 75 million kids things, school things, work things, speaking gig, all happen in 1 week. Okay. It's time for a capacity stretch. All right, God, where can you give me space? Where can you show me space on this runway to make this runway bigger, wider? It doesn't mean that it's not hard or that it's not whatever, sticky, uncomfortable, grief, right? Whatever's coming up, be with it, love it, but choose to see curiosity because it keeps the field open. And then maybe you'll attract somebody who can support you with what you're going through, and you don't have to do it alone. And then maybe this new opportunity presents itself and you can say, wow, I can lean in here and I can let go of that thing of the past. But it's a practice. It's a practice. But what can you do to constantly keep that runway open and build the capacity, build that muscle, build those biceps of leadership?
Yes, I love that. And it's self-leadership. Like that is a huge shift in perception when we think I am self-led. Like that is, you touched on it before, like looking for things outside ourselves and all this stuff where it's like the magnetism is inside, the leadership is inside. And also, I want to talk too and ask you about when you are feeling good, because I tend to, even in my podcast, I'm always empathetic, like we're struggling and we're in the goo. But there are times when I'm clicking and I'm like laws of the universe, I'm seeing shit happen, I'm noticing my signs, like you said. Let's talk about that for a second, because all of us have gone through so much. So for those of us that are feeling quite good and are looking for that over the top, that outward magnetism that we're talking about as well, I want to hear a little bit about that, just getting a little bit wacky and wild with our vibration and bringing in even more miracles.
Yeah. So I like to gamify almost everything I do. I don't know if that's the like professional athlete in me or the people pleaser in me, probably both, but I like to gamify life and I like to challenge myself. So, first and foremost, I mean, I think we all know this. Like, I love having a mentor. I love being in masterminds. I love being in places and rooms and spaces where we can just even have conversations like this. That's one side of things. But the other side of things is that challenging myself to go after the big thing. So, I have a group that I'm guiding through a process right now, and today's challenge for them is to contact someone, schedule the event, go drive the car, test drive the car, go like whatever they have felt imposter syndrome about, to go contact or do the thing today. If they've been wanting to go to this event but haven't felt like they could afford it, or they've been wanting to book this trip but haven't because of XYZ, or they want to speak on somebody's stage but is so afraid to like make that call or make that ask, that's their charge today, is to go out and challenge themselves to do the thing that scares them and where they feel unworthy in some sort of way. We all have this weird worthiness thing somewhere. There's a thread somewhere within each of us. And go practice just saying the thing, making the ask, booking the trip. So that is part of that outward expression, is not just doing the same mundane routine, but going outside of the box, driving a different way to work because you get to see different scenery. Like it's all about that brain rewiring, because again, it opens up possibilities to something new. Yesterday, I was facilitating a call for another company, and inside of it, we were moving our bodies, we were doing some somatic work, and we were talking about how movement can create open doors and possibilities, that when we move our energy, quite literally, we can open the field, we can open the runway. And inside of it, there was a funny little moment. The women that were on the call were like, we love your soundtrack, we love what you created. And the gentleman running the call was like, yeah, she's like totally been a DJ in her past life. And I kind of laughed because I was like, I could totally be a DJ. I love curating playlists, but I said to him, I said, I don't know about like laying the beats on top of each other. That seems difficult. And this gentleman was like, well, I actually was a DJ like early on in this lifetime, so I could teach you. And it was one of those moments that could have just been brushed under the rug. And we could have gone about our life and business and gone about our day. And I stopped everybody. I said, hold up. This is like in real time, a window of opportunity just opened. Like, do you see what just happened? We just moved our bodies. We're in this playful energy. There's a DJ comment. I'm like, oh, what if? And he's like, well, I can teach you. Now I get to choose if I want to lean into that opportunity or not. But how easily we skip over stuff like that all the time. Mm-hmm. We just go about it like, oh, poof, that was just a haha funny comment. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I should call him. Maybe we should have an hour or two where he just teaches me a little bit about DJing stuff. And then what happened was even more beautiful, which is the magnetic wave. So then another woman on the call, she says, well, wait a minute. I want to learn how to DJ and mix music too. Can you do a class for all of us? And so his invitation to me then became an invitation for a greater group. And I was like, mind blown. I was like, do you see what just happened? Like, you cannot make this stuff up. Mm-hmm. It is happening in real time with the energy, with the open hearts, and with open ears to hear and to feel those little windows of opportunity opening.
I love that. And that is the magnetism. I love how you say windows of opportunity, because things are opening all the time. And you even beautifully said it. I noticed in your language, it's not that we have to go do everything. It's not a right and a wrong. It's we get to play. We get to play in this human experience. And how I see it intuitively is exactly that. These little windows, these little portals. So, hey, if you open that door and you do go down that path and you have a session, now that's just fun and creative. And maybe one day in 6 months, it comes up where you're like, you know what? I'm going to make a custom track for this thing I'm hosting. Who knows? Or you say no and it's all good. But these windows of opportunity, I want to hear you as we start to wrap this up. Yep. I want to hear you speak on that for a second. Just want to hear you talk about that a little bit more.
I think the first step is awareness and the willingness to say, okay, mind, okay, heart, okay, intuition. We're going to turn our antennas on a little bit higher this week. I do believe we have to have a bit of that intention first, because once you do that, and I'm guiding this group right now with magnetism. So I'm in a very heightened state right now. So that DJ moment happened. And then last night I had a dream, which again might have just been a dream, but I was like, wait a minute. This is another window of opportunity. And it's kind of like out of left field, but not at all. I was training, very intensely for gymnastics, going on the Olympic pathway. And I met a woman yesterday who also she was a little bit closer to that Olympic journey than I was in skiing. And we had this conversation. So I know why I had the dream. But the dream was I was going to travel around and choreograph like high level gymnast floor routines, which is, again, I was a choreographer, like all the pieces make sense. I had just talked about my gymnastics career yesterday. This happened, but I woke up and I was like, it could have been just a dream, air quotes, or that could be really interesting. I still dance. I still love to perform. So I was like, that could be interesting. I actually could open that door to go travel and teach people and choreograph gymnast routines. So I think, I honestly think I would have just like laughed at that dream and been like, that's funny. But because I'm like heightened awareness in these couple of weeks with this group that I'm working with, I'm like, okay, that was actually a little nudge from the universe that allowed me to say there's another window of opportunity. So I think we've got to say to ourselves, I'm open and available for.
Mm-hmm.
This is another thing that I have my clients say I'm open and available for. I'm open and available for wild, sexy, delicious love with my husband. I'm open and available for my 1% clients finding me with ease and with grace and jumping through the computer screen to say yes to me. I'm open and available for harmony in my family life. I'm open and available for increasing my net worth with so much ease and with a fucking great time. I'm open and available for wild adventure that fills my heart and it's laughter with my best friends. We have to start speaking that into existence and be intentional about where we're going. It goes back to this thing. We've got to be clear. And if you're in a place of being fuzzy, find something that you're clear about, something that you know to be true. Find that thing and lean in, because the more that we can lean in to those things, the more that runway starts to clear. We got to clear the static and we got to go forward, whether it's slow or fast, but continue moving with your heart open. So anything that's cluttering the heart, do what you can to lift it out. Lift that load out. I literally will, I know you're listening, so you can't really see, but I'm taking my hands and I'm literally scooping at my heart and then dropping it off to the side. Scoop my heart with the other hand, drop it off to the side. You can somatically start to lift that weight off and then say, okay, now in this moment, what am I excited about? Find the littlest tiny spark and illuminate that so that you can take those steps and that path opens.
That is so good. That is so, so good. And no matter where you are right now, we can do this. We can start to feel this, whether it's more about the acceptance we're talking about, listening to our body, leaning into that part, or this, really more of an outward expression and excitement for life. And I love being open to it being easier than you ever imagined. So you're in a, job transition. What if that happened easier than you could imagine? What if your soulmate came into your life tomorrow or, in a way that didn't require force? Like, what if? So many people don't even think about that till we start to think about it and talk about magnetism, just opening up. What if it could be easier? What if it could happen quickly? What if it could happen with joy? What if it could happen with pleasure? I just love this so much. Everything you've shared has just been so potent and powerful. And I feel like some of us need to go back and listen to portions again, because there's so many nuggets in what you're talking about. You blend the energetics with the physical just so beautifully. And I thank you so much for this. So as we wrap up, is there anything unsaid? Is there anything else that you want to say? And how does being magnetic truly make this difference when we're looking at this transformation?
I think the biggest thing that is in this moment is just be more of who you are. Be more of who you are. And if you're still teetering on that phase of like, I don't know, I kind of know who I am, but I don't know who I am, choose into something that does feel true of who you are and lean into it. Because the more of us that we are, that is our magic. Like, we are the miracle. We are that magnetic energy. And so lead with you. That's really what I can say here is lead with you. And the other thing that I'll say that's more on like the logistical side is track the goodness. Even if you are in a place of feeling like really scarce and in a negative vortex right now, start tracking the good. And if you are already feeling great and good, track it to the moon and back. Track the goodness. Like, yep, check. Sometimes I'll say it out loud. Thank you. Got it. Check. Because then the universe is like, oh, she's listening. Oh, she wants more of it. Oh, she wants to really know how good it can get. And so that's where that like 10xing of the magnetic energy happens. And just remember, you're not doing this alone. You've got your divine team with you. And there are people earth side that are here to be your cheerleaders, to be your best friends. And they're here. If you don't have them yet, start asking. And there's such an abundance of all things within us and around us. And wow, this was so good. I just am so grateful.
It's so good. Oh, thank you so much. This whole conversation, so good. I'm pepped up. I want to I don't even know what, dance it out first before anything and then go take some fucking action in my life. I love it. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for everything you shared, your story too, your storytelling. It's very relatable. And I know that everybody listening is going to get so much out of this. And you have a gift for us. Tell us about that.
I do. It's very exciting. It's actually a live hot seat masterclass that is happening.
Ooh.
All about how to be magnetic as fuck. So the link is going to be somewhere that you put it. And all you have to do is register. It's completely free, but it's going to be live energy. We're going to hot seat people, bring in that coaching, bring in that magnetism, and hopefully you get like such jazz juice, whatever, golden nuggets, so that you can go out and continue to lean into this and really do it from a place of leadership, right? Leaning into that. How do I want to say it? It's just that it's good. It's the X factor. It's that nth degree where you didn't know you could go, but you can. And it's so brilliant and it's so beautiful. And I would love to have you live with us.
Oh, thank you so much. So everybody jump on that. It will be in the show notes, as well as if you're part of the insider circle, it's already sent to your inbox, the link to join for free. Thank you so much. You also are offering a prize for a very, very special person. Let us know what that prize is this week.
Okay, whoever wins that prize is going to get a 40-minute power move session with me. This is like deep dive into your business, psychically going in, seeing what's happening in all levels of your business life. And if for some reason you don't have a business, we'll go in with your personal life. It's going to be amazing. And the reason why I chose 40 minutes is because I just turned 40 a couple months ago. So new vibes, new life, new energy, and 40-minute power session. Let's go.
Sorry, guys, it's already been taken. I'm going to sign up for that for myself to win. The system's rigged. I'm just kidding, everybody. I won't win the prize, but thank you so much. That's so generous. Whoever wins that is such a blessing. And thank you. Thank you for this conversation. Thank you for what you do. And for everybody now that's all jacked on your energy, where can we find you? Where do you hang out on socials? Where are some good places where we can, follow along?
Yeah, my biggest social hangout to date right now is Instagram, Elyse.Falzone. Pretty freaking simple. My website, ElyseFalzone.com, if you want to bop around a little bit. But come hang out, send me a DM, say hey. I'd love to even know what y'all receive from this.
Yeah, perfect. I will put the links below. And yeah, with that, thank you again so much. It's been so powerful and I just enjoyed it so much.
Thank you so much, Talia. I really appreciate it. And so good. Chef's
so
kiss.
Woo.
Woo.
Thank you for tuning in to the True Transformation Summit. Make sure to take what this guest said, implement it into your life, check the show notes for their gift and to follow along on the journey, and make sure to tune in to the next guest episode. Namaste.